some foreign nations bent on destroying Nigeria, says Buhari.
Ex-Petroleum Minister Diziani goes to court overseas assets.
DSS intercepts syndicates selling new currency notes. Bank officials implicated.
Delta government debunks seeking fresh 100 billion naira loan.
Only military aircraft can land in Ekiti Airport, government.
Ojuelegba Bridge accident. Sanwo-Olu directs trial of truck owner driver. Lagos to install barrier on bridges. Nigerians beyond incessant tankers, containers accidents on bridges and roads.
2023 elections must hold as scheduled, Afenifere insists, cautions judiciary against being used to abort polls, challenges FG on fuel scarcity, naira note swap, energy problem.
I never said Osun won't recover from Adeleke's leadership. That is coming from Bapatokwe.
Osime is like Drogba, says Moreno. Details of this and more will come your way after this time out. Good morning and thanks for joining us on today's edition of Headlines. My name is Oluchi Amoda. With me is
David Ojo.
Pan-Yoruba organization Afenifere has called on the federal government and other stakeholders to ensure that the dates for the general elections and handing over to new government is maintained. Afenifere made a call in a statement by its spokesperson, Comrade Jare Ajayi, even as it expressed concern on the trauma being experienced by Nigerians in getting energy sources and accessing new naira notes. This was just as the organization urged the judiciary not to allow itself to be used to imperil democracy through what it described as unhelpful and perhaps frivolous litigations, such as the one brought by one Chief Ambrose Albert Owuru wanting to stop the forthcoming presidential election.
Former Minister of Transport and Aviation Chief Ebenezer Bapatokwe has described as false as reports where he was quoted to have said Osun will not recover in 20 years if Senator Ademola Adeleke rules for 1 year. He described those behind the said report as evil and persons all how to destroy the political career of the state governor, who, according to him, has been trying all he could to make the state more viral. Babatope said he never granted any interview where he was quoted to have made that statement. He charged members of the public to disregard this conspiratorial and diabolical claim targeted at rubbishing the personality of Senator Adeleke, who he said had been trying his best to fix the state. The PDP chieftain described Adeleke as an achiever that will transform the state beyond the expectation of his doubting Tamases.
Again, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has assured Nigerians of the sanctity of their votes in the forthcoming elections. Yakubu gave the assurance on Monday when the International Foundation for Electoral Systems, IFES, led by its president, Mr. Anthony Bamburi, paid him a courtesy visit in Abuja. The INEC chairman, who gave accounts of preparations ahead of the general election, said his commission would not surrender to any force bent on frustrating the electorate, justifying the extension of the deadline for the collection of the permanent voter cards. Kivi says Yakubu said the intention was to give eligible voters the opportunity to exercise their franchise.
The special advisor to Governor Abiodun Oyebanji of Ekiti State in Budget, Economic Planning and Performance Management, Niyi Adebayo, has revealed that basic facilities and equipment are still missing at the state airport inaugurated last year. The former governor, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, alongside the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, had on October 15, 2022 inaugurated the Agro-Allied Airport located along Ado-Ijon Ekiti Road amidst pomp and commendation, presenting the breakdown and analysis of the 113.5 billion 2023 budget in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital. The governor had explained that as of now, only military aircraft can land in the airport, adding that the control tower, passengers terminal, and runway were yet to be fully completed.
The Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations and Chair of the United Nations Sustainable Group, Ms. Amina Mohammed, has urged the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) to ensure the success of the 2023 general elections. Mohammed, in a keynote address she delivered on Monday at the State of the Nation Dialogue on Security, Economy and Administration of Justice organized by the NBA in Abuja, urged the association to come out with how to effectively manage conflicts that will arise from the conduct of the elections.
The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board (JAMB) has announced that as from January 31, 2023, no candidate will be registered without the provision of an email address. This was conveyed in a statement by the Head Public Affairs and Protocol of the board, Dr. Fabian Benjamin. He noted that the review of advisory on the ongoing UTME registration is to ensure that best practices are followed in the process of capturing all relevant data pertaining to the candidates. He added that the latest advisory, aside from aiding and eliciting relevant of the up-to-date data of candidates, is also imperative for facilitating the transmission of urgent and vital communication to candidates cheaply and efficiently.
The Department of State Services (DSS) on Monday said that its operatives have intercepted syndicates involved in the sale of the new Naira notes in some parts of the country. This was contained in a statement made available to journalists in Abuja by the DSS spokesperson, Dr. Peter Afunaya. It further noted that the DSS has ordered its commands and formations nationwide to ensure that all persons and groups engaged in the legal sale of the notes are identified, stressing that anyone with useful information relating to this illicit act should pass same to the relevant authorities. And this is going to be our focus on your talking point this morning. DSS intercepts syndicates selling new redesigned Naira notes. And the agency indicts officials of commercial banks. And the number to dial is
081-8777-5777. Yes, the National Human Rights Commission has called for urgent action by the government by the way of compensating the victims of erroneous bombing of over 40 herdsmen in Doma local government area of Nasarawa State by holding erring officers accountable in order to forestall further occurrence. The Executive Secretary of the Commission, Tony Ojuku-San, who made the call in a statement in Abuja over the weekend while reacting to media reports on alleged erroneous bombing of civilians, including herdsmen by the Nigerian Air Force, also decried the alleged bombing. The Chief Human Rights Officer of Nigeria said it is quite unfortunate that the lives of citizens are cut short in this painful and sad manner, adding that the loss of the life of one citizen is sad, not to talk of 40 citizens.
Our focus on your view segment this morning is an announcement by the DSS that it intercepted syndicates selling new currency notes and that bank officials are also implicated. And the number to dial is 0818-777-5777. The number was again 0818-777-5777. And while awaiting your call, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengason, and said there is no basis for the current scarcity and there is over 30 days PMS sufficiency in the country. This was even as it urged the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to revoke the license of marketers selling products above the approved farm price. In a statement issued on Monday and signed by its president and general secretary, Comrade Festus Osifo, the association said, while we understand that the parameters imputed into the old PPPRA and now NMDPRA template has since changed because of some economic vagaries such as exchange rate fluctuations, vessel hiring costs, and cost of AGU among others, there is no sufficient justification for PMS to be selling for such highly inflated price, thereby subjecting the masses to further difficulties. End of quote.
A total of 2,981 have been treated for snake bites in Benue State in the past 6 years. Take that story again. A total of 2,981 people have been treated for snake bites in Benue State in the past 6 years. Of the 2,981 people treated by snake bites, 64 people were reported to have died from snake bite between 2016 and 2022 in Benue State. Also, over 2,917 snake bite victims were said to have survived through treatment from the hospital between 2016 and 2022. The treatment, according to the bishop, is handled among the church laboratory.
So welcome back. We are having network issues with the fourth line I gave you, so you can call us on this number 09062628781. Once again, 09062628781. And while still awaiting your call, the leading political parties in Nigeria, All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party (PDP), traded blames on Monday over the attack on the convoy of President Muhammadu Buhari in Kano. The president was in the state to inaugurate projects, but he was not given a rousing welcome, as the residents used to do as they shunned his visit. The president, it was gathered, boarded helicopter straight from the airport to the inland dry port venue of the inauguration. We have a call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Sorry, please go back. Okay, still on the story. The president, it was guided, boarded helicopter straight from the airport to the inland dry port venue of the inauguration of one of the projects and paid homage to the emir.
We have another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to the studio.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, I'm calling from Kosovo.
All right.
So, Nigeria currency is an economic crime. And this is one of those things that is making life unbearable for the citizens of the country. So the DSS and other law enforcement agents who work as seriously, anybody found doing this should be arrested and prosecuted according to the law. If we do this, this will serve as deterrent to others and they will run away from this dirty harm. Good morning.
Thank you.
The federal government has thrown its weight behind the United States' intention to place visa ban on any Nigerian politician that may be found to be compromising the democratic process as the nation prepares for the general election. Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed, who gave the government's position, said that the government is comfortable with the action targeted at anyone undermining the nation's democracy.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, you're on to headlines. What's your name?
My name is Aro Olaoye from Idiogun Adedire, Ife South.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Changing of Nigeria currency by, I can call it hoodlum, is, unwelcome. Nigeria need the money, but you will not see the money in our bank. But continue seeing it maybe at Lagiri, somewhere changing it for money again. Nigeria currency, new note. Why? What are the work of the DSS? They should, do their work very well so that anybody caught will be prosecuted. Thank you.
Thank you. President Muhammadu Buhari has described the insecurity bedeviling Nigeria as efforts of some foreign nations who he identified as sponsors that are bent on destroying the nation. He disclosed this on Monday at Government House, Kano, during a working lunch organized for him after inaugurating about 8 mega projects executed by Governor Abdullahi Umaru Ganduje. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam. Alaji Mofuta Wadeleke, contributing from Okebale.
You're welcome, sir.
Selling of new currency notes is an illicit act. These people are economic saboteurs. They are hoodlums. They should be apprehended and dealt with accordingly. Good morning.
Thank you.
The Nigerian Railway Corporation has said that the suspended Abuja-Kaduna passenger train services will resume today. In a statement signed by its Director of Operations, Mr. Niyi Ali, the NRC said that it regrets any inconvenience its esteemed passengers may have experienced as a result of the temporal suspension of the service. According to the NRC, the Board of Management and the RC is set to announced the recommendment of the Abuja-Kaduna train service, which was suspended on Friday, January 27, due to the derailment that occurred in Kubwa station on the same date.
And moving on to the arena, for Lion Balogun stand Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes with a last grab equalizer to end one-way draw for Reims. Neymar opened the scoring early in the second half to give Christophe Gaffeur, his home side, the lead, but a substitute Marco Verratti was sent off soon afterwards.
And still talking sports, head coach of Rivers United, Stanley Aguma, believes his team will feel at home when they begin the group stage of CAF Confederations Cup campaign at Godwill Akpabio Stadium, Uyo. Rivers United shifted their home ground to the nest of champions after the Adokie Amesamaka Stadium, Port Harcourt, was not approved by CAF.
As Roma coach Jose Mourinho was compared Napoli striker Victor Osimhen to former Chelsea legend Didier Drogba, saying they are on the same level. Speaking at the post-match conference the Sunday night when Napoli defeated Roma 2-1, Mourinho said counselled Osimhen to be more professional and stop diving. Osimhen scored against Roma on Sunday at the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona and increased his tally to 14 Serie A goals, 2 ahead of Atlanta's Ademola Lookman, who is also a Nigerian.
And finally, before we go, Chelsea have not given up on trying to sign Benfica midfielder Enzo Fernandez before the January transfer window closes today. Chelsea has been in talks to sign the Argentine throughout this month, but Benfica have so far refused to do business unless the Blues pay 120 million euros and 105.4 million pounds release clause. Chelsea have offered players on loan on a permanent deal, but the Portuguese side have so far refused to accept anything except a release clause.
And with that story, we have come to the end of today's edition of Headlines on OSBC Radio 104.5 FM Oshogo, Voice of the West, Nigeria. The producer of the program has been Moturayo Ajibayo, and the production advisor is Abimbola Babatunde. My name is Oluchi Amudan from
David Ojo.
We are saying good morning.
Good morning.